I was just dialoguing because I'm actually feeling kind of low vibe today. And I've been dialoguing since I woke up. Just one of those dialogues where it's like saying it like it is, you know? Kind of yelling, you know? This is effing hard every single day to try and find, always searching for new ways to reach people, but it can't be in social media. I'm everything I do is a conundrum. Everything in front of me is a conundrum. And sometimes I get mad, you know? And I feel that I have every right to get angry in this way. I don't understand. I get it. I don't see everything. I'm not feeling everything right now. So I'm off. I'm in a disharmonious state, and I just have to recognize that. So, you know, keeping with that analogy of the, or is it metaphor? I never know which one to use. Of the choir, and you know, you don't just force your way, you know, up to the risers and stand and you know, you haven't been present with your voice, with your vibration, and you just sing out, you know, and it can cause you know, the whole choir to say, hey, wait, what? And there's some notes that are off here. So it's up to me to tune, and that's, you know, what this dedicated time on Sundays is for. But I do this every day. Maybe not exactly in this way. I don't record them, but I'm always dialoguing, and it's how I stay tuned. But right now, I feel that I... Thank you. So, even though a moment ago I was feeling the disharmony, I just got flooded with the presence, with the love. So, you see, I didn't think that. I didn't say, I want the love goo to come and fill me. I didn't even imagine it. It initiated. It could flow into me because I was telling the truth. I created that opening. Now, sometimes it gets a little clogged, or, you know, my singing voice gets, you know, blocked. And so that's the river. You know, the river needs to flow from presence, from love, through my voice, through my presence into the world. So it's my job. It doesn't pay well in American dollars. It pays very, very, very well in spiritual divine currency. I am the richest woman ever, is what it feels like, though I know I'm not alone with this obviously. Even in Light Dialogic, there are several members who feel this and speak with this and work with this, and it's very inspiring. So I'm being filled right now with the presence, and it is responding to me telling the truth about where I am. I'm acknowledging what's actual. And then I'm just being with it right now. And I don't try and anticipate, what this is going to turn into, or, is it going to be a message? Is it, that's the thinking chatter. It's simply being in the presence of this love and accepting it, receiving it, allowing it to move in me. Will it become an artistic creation? Will it become a message that I translate? Will it simply be food for me so that I can find my balance again? I don't know. I allow this to work without my having to think about it at this stage. And it could turn into an inspiration, and that has a very distinct feeling and action. And sometimes it's a healing for me, a balancing. Oh, it's increasing. Okay. One of the hardest parts of explaining the dialogue is this part. This is a somatic experience. And you can feel it, the warmth in your heart. And it doesn't need to be turned into a story. At this stage. Ha! Oh boy. It is I. This love is always present, though human beings at this time are not, for the most part. That is the only barrier to this flow of love and remembrance of who you are versus what you were told about who you are. This conditioning runs very, very deep and through many, many generations. And yet, at this timing, you can choose to rejoin the truth instead of buying into something that is not in your best interest. Some of you are so deeply entrenched in this set of systems, this construct that you have participated in simply because part of the conditioning is to cut off these portions of your being that would inform you of who you are and connect you with this field of love. So this has been the program, and at this timing, there is agenda to change up the programming. And this has been spoken of in previous translations. So it is not something to rehash in this moment. What is important is that you realize that you are at this moment in charge of your direction in this time of choosing. And one must be lucid to some degree to make this choice. So, vibrationally speaking, this is a very real situation. This is not an imagined New Age story, using the term New Age to refer to many of your spiritual bypassing, you refer to it as, in the past, systems, ways of feeding the ego what it wants to hear, helping it to feel in charge when it is actually not. And these are not necessarily systems designed consciously to captivate you. It is simply those persons who are sending you these messages and inviting you into their program because they have not been cracked open. So they continue to perpetuate the messages that this construct has been pummeling you with, not just in your life, but in your ancestors' lives. Multi-generations. You are the lucid moment. You are the one who can change all of this. If you allow this to rise within you and inform you and inform your voice, your actions in this world. This is not an imagined journey. It is a present moment journey where action is taken to go within. Through these transmissions, it has been repeated over and over again that it is you that must choose to become lucid and choose differently. What you are looping within is too small for your design. And if you continue to choose smallness, that is what you will experience. There are many souls here who have come to inform you of this. You may imagine it is not completely accurate, but you may imagine them as time travelers, returning at this specific timing, because this is where the split occurred, where the cycle itself changes in terms of this construct where many generations are born and reborn, cycling through. It has been a very successful project to bank on the energy of human beings who do not know who they are. You became disconnected from your source field. It is not a story to tell at this timing. While there are those who do speak of these things, and once you go within and establish this connection with the field, with the navigator within, you will be informed. You will understand through this connection. You will be informed from the source frequency. You will recognize that you have been cycling within something that does not feed you. Rather, it takes from you. You are a treasure to this construct, these systems, these complex systems. Because you do not know or recognize the treasure yourself. the light that is within you, the mother within. Do you see when you look out into your external reality? Do you see the manipulation now? Do you see the movement to control even further? There are no sides. So do not allow yourself to stay in that duality view. There is the construct that harvests your energy, and then there is your true, natural, connected state with the field of all. Source frequency. First father, first mother. Everything in this construct is designed to mirror the natural state. And yet, it cannot ever succeed. It requires each individual fragment to believe and buy into the systems and the God that runs this reality. This occurs through your religious, political, educational, and more systems. You are looping. This reality is, let us say, scheduled to change things about the human in drastic ways from your viewpoint. And from the cosmic viewpoint, you might say. Now, this may sound to some imbalanced, crazy, insane, ungrounded. But do remember that everything is opposite here, in this reality that you are living within, recycling through repeatedly. This false God has many stories to prop it up. Some of these stories are woven with truth, with a capital T. And many people have had spiritual experiences under the umbrella of religion. And yet your spiritual experiences are managed and controlled through the narratives. So you may have an event, and it is quickly explained, reduced for you. This also happens outside of religion, through science. One might have a reconnection experience, a transformational experience, And because you have always sought explanations for things you didn't understand, you go to the authority within the system, or authorities, the ones who have been educated within this smaller system, this construct. They cannot be educated beyond the system because the system rewards them for staying within the narratives. This is not to say that there are not pioneers. Those cutting edge souls that are embedded in all areas of life in this earth-bound construct, 3D. And yet, none of that matters, truly. What matters is that each individual fragment hear this call, whether it is through this voice or a variety of many other voices, demonstrators who are here to reveal the cutting edge of consciousness. It is everywhere in your everyday reality. Now, do you see it? Do you perceive it? Is it there? Your vibration is where your perception is. You will only see in the external reality all that is connected or woven in that vibrational state, from inner to outer. So if you are bound by many belief systems that, in essence, cut you off from your own soul, you will only see what the authority or authorities in that vibrational state. You will only see what is within that vibrational range. It is up to you to shift your vibration by being truthful about what you actually feel. Your emotions, your feelings, are the missing piece. And it is why this construct can even exist. It is through your emotional nature that you will see and understand what was occurring in your previous vibrational state. Because if you are perceiving the truth through your vibrationally harmonic state, then you are seeing the truth and perceiving the truth that sets you free from that previous state. And so, what does this look like? When you are practicing being truthful and inquiring within, inquire, be curious, talk with this navigator within. It does not matter what you name it. It is up to you. But understand, your perception of this navigator within will change as your vibration changes. As you lift into higher views and these embodied resonances, you will begin to see the cutting edge, embedded ones make progress. You will begin to perceive benevolent manifestations in your reality. There are many here who have stayed inside the lower vibrations of this construct in order to reach to as many souls as possible. To encourage, to provide tools, to heal. It is not the intent of this divine team to heal and keep you in the lower vibrational range. You will lose the healing. You are now responsible, once you are healed, to continue to rise. To continue to weave into the higher vibrational dimensions that you are. It is not about making your lives more comfortable in this collective consensus realm. You will see in the not too distant future the truth of what is being said here. Many, many souls have suffered here in this vibration of earth. And many, many souls have thrived. By buying into and agreeing to serve the systems in place. Any fragment, soul fragment, at this timing can consciously choose to shift from all of the programming. At this intersectional point, the construct itself will be changing things up. There is evidence of the new technologies that have been extracted from your original design. And as has been stated in previous transmissions, it is being constructed and sold back to you, or will control you even further until you reclaim this divine essence and embody it. How does an addict break the spell of their addiction? That is the question. How do you break the spell? One must know deeply why. Why should I break the spell? What is for me beyond this spell? I have a choice to continue to soothe my pain, to numb the pain, and hide and justify all of the reasons why. Or one may have a transformational somatic event that provides the markers in your form, the markers that you often seek in the substances and behaviors. They cannot fulfill you, ever. There is no happy ending, as you say, in the direction of choosing something external to represent something that is internal, naturally. One must feel on some level that which they are and that which they are connected to naturally. The introduction of these new markers within your being pull you forward, pull you into expansion. And gradually, you understand more and more and more. So, if one does not choose to transcend the definitions here of love, light, balanced health, recovery from addictions, if one only participates in the systems and definitions of the external authorities in your construct, you cannot fully remember and awaken and become once again that which you are, with all of your gifts and capacities to demonstrate to those who can perceive you. It may be fuzzy at first in their perception of a divine human, but they have seen you and witnessed you. And that is a new moment of choice. This would be an external marker, which many human fragments here must have in order to realize a new choice. They must see it in their world. And if enough human beings who came here to do this, if they fulfill what they had intended and are manifesting, embodying this light, living this light, there are many more opportunities for the populations to see that there is a choice. Not everyone will have an internal transformational event. If one is blocked and determined to carry the lower vibrational frequencies and perceive through that lens, then in these coming times, the external reality, mainly nature, Mother Earth, and Father Sky, will meet them where they are. Something larger than who they perceive themselves to be will meet them and introduce that which is real, breaking through the spell to offer you a choice. So there is the internal path where the soul fragment may choose consciously to go within with no hard and fast instructions, but rather a simple tool to dialogue. Go within and begin to talk out loud about what you're feeling, what you're perceiving that is real. And your feelings are rooted in what is real. That is your beginning space. If you do this repeatedly, consciously, your inner world expands. You get to discover what this feels like. You get to discover what love actually is. you get to discover that what you were told was ungrounded is actually as grounded as one can be. With first mother, first father, and the rising Christ energy within you to reinform you, to reintroduce what is actual, what is real, what is lucid. And this internal reality flows into your external reality. And this is where you begin to perceive and understand what you had been imprisoned within before. At the same time that you are seeing that there are others like you who are restoring this higher vibrational information, and it is resonating with your external reality. So persons, places, and things are drawn to you in this new expanded bandwidth of perception. So you are continuously stepping into new versions of Earth. Each step that you are breaking through, integrating, seeing, acknowledging, validating the truth of it in your world. Now, there is a lot of talk about ascension. And it is something that this group consciousness that is connected to the one giving voice, it is something that we have spoken of often. And we will continue to speak of. Be careful with language, with words. They are quite often weaponized, especially at this phase, in this intersection. You may rise above the view that you were once within. It does not mean you continue to argue with the previous view or convince. You simply embody more of who you are and relate in harmony with the new version of Earth and all of those who perceive in that bandwidth. There is no enlightenment ending here. As we have stated previously, enlightenment, the way that it has been defined within the construct, would only be the very beginning of this process. Once again, it was defined and narrated for you what enlightenment is. Let go of the words and the concepts and feel directly within the information that you need. Now, some may feel that if they continue to rise and embody more and see more and be more and do more, that they will be abandoning their loved ones or those who need help. This isn't true. You may still be in compassionate service to those who are hurting. And do you know that in many cases, when you extend yourself from your higher vibrational state to those in need, they perceive you as an angel. So you are not leaving anyone behind. You see, they still see you and know you. They may not understand. And they may call you crazy or a variety of other names. But they see you. Because you are their relation. The greatest service that you can provide to them is to be the highest version of yourself. Many of you have been choosing to keep yourselves small in order to stay in the realm of your loved ones. This does not serve them. Take this joyous opportunity to rise. This is how you are to be of service to those around you. And at the same time, you cannot do this with ego. This must burn away to a degree that you can be informed and allow the flow of divine love through you. If you are afraid of what people will say about you, that is an indicator of ego. And every step of the way, you have new choices. Do you expand or do you contract? Clearly, every individual fragment in this moment of cosmic timing can choose which direction they prefer. In this next cycle, human beings will be changed. there will not be the pathways to restore the natural state. For it will be extracted from you. This is what is behind some of your attention, your consensus, external authority attention on the female body. Inch by inch, steps have been taken. Under the religious ideology of saving the embryo, pro-life, understand that this is how these external authorities manipulate the minds of those who have been deeply programmed with religion or moral systems and ideologies. It is not connected to love. This is how you know. Feel the frequency of it. The same voices that want to save this life have no interest in saving life in other scenarios. This is how control occurs over the female body, the reproductive magic that is built into the divine human. This is the intent. Now, many might disagree with this viewpoint, and we do understand. For there is not the perception occurring through a higher frequency state. And this is not judgment. It is physics, as you say. So when you begin your journey, do not think of it in terms of time, but rather attention. Where do you give? Where do you pay your attention? If you truly want to take back your power, if you truly want to be sovereign beings, all of this that has been pushed into the dungeon, into the basement, out of view, must be reopened and felt. It need not be frightening, for the mother will assist. She is in that basement of your compartmentalized consciousness. Help her to rise and show you in your form, bioenergetically, somatically. Allow her to show you the feeling markers of your way forward. This is the choosing time. We are here to support you in choosing, truly choosing life. Your life. And in choosing life for yourself, you offer that to everyone around you. We thank you for receiving what we are offering to you. You are made of this divine love. We are here to help you remember it, to help you feel it. You are loved. You are adored, and many have come here to reach to you, to help you remember who you are, so that we may all celebrate the resurrection